Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Legal Affair with myself, Attorney Bay. As always, we talk all things law, and our conversation today is on life insurance contracts. Please, of course, do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, The Legal Affair. You can follow us on social media, The Legal Affair. You can also follow me on TikTok and Twitter at attorney_bay. So when it comes to life insurance, really, your life insurance contract is what regulates the relationship between yourself and your life insurance provider. So your life insurance contract may state, for instance, what your obligations are as a consumer who's taking out life insurance, what the obligations are of your life insurance provider, what were to happen, for instance, if you miss or skip payment, and so forth. So, like every other contract, I think it's quite important that once you've accepted the particular terms and conditions, you ensure that you understand what it is that you are accepting as per the terms and conditions. I think it's actually quite important to have a look at any contract before you sign it so that you understand what you are binding yourself once you've signed or you've accepted those particular terms and conditions. So when it comes to life insurance, there are various reasons why life insurance companies may reject life insurance claims. Some of those reasons include, for instance, number one is your failure to disclose information. So usually, not always, it always depends on the terms and conditions. You as a consumer always have to ensure that you update your life insurance provider of any information that may change or your personal details. So, for instance, if you are diagnosed with a particular medical condition, you would find that the terms and conditions of your particular life insurance contract stipulates or states that you have an obligation to ensure that your life insurance provider is informed. Another reason why life insurance companies reject claims is for non-payment. So it depends what the terms and conditions of your particular contract stipulates. But when it comes to payment, in some instances, should you skip or miss a payment, you would find that your life insurance policy may lapse. In some instances, should you skip or miss a payment, your life insurance provider may give you a 30-day period or a 60-day period within which you are required or obligated to them to catch up with the payments that you have missed or you have skipped. And should you fail to do so, your life insurance claim may fail. Another reason why your life insurance contract or life insurance provider rather may reject a claim is that the information that you submit at the time that you are claiming differs from the information that you had submitted at the time the policy was taken. So consumers usually have an obligation to inform or to advise their life insurance provider of their personal information, but you also have an obligation to ensure that the details that are captured by your life insurance provider are details that are correct. So you actually have an obligation to verify that whatever details that they have captured by they being your life insurance provider are details that are actually correct. And if the details at the time that you had submitted the claim are not the same details at the time that you had taken out the policy, that could be a reason why your life insurance claim is rejected. It's because you as a consumer are non-compliant with your contractual obligation. That contractual obligation is being that you have an obligation to actually verify or to check the information submitted to your life insurance provider. So when it comes to life insurance, there are various ways within which you can enter into an agreement with your life insurance provider. In some instances, it could be done telephonically. In some instances, it could be done in person. So you'd go to a particular company that offers life insurance, or it could be a product that is directly marketed to you rather by your insurance provider. What I think is important when it comes to your contract is to, number one, always ensure that you keep a copy of your life insurance contract, but also if there are any changes that are made, so you maybe change the beneficiaries to a particular contract, or your life insurance premium is amended on an annual basis, always ensure that the copy of your life insurance contract you have is the most recent or the most updated copy. What you can actually also further do, in an instance where you had taken out your life insurance cover telephonically, you can actually request your life insurance provider to provide you a copy of that conversation that you had at the time that you had taken out your life insurance policy. So this will enable you, or it will allow you to actually verify or check the information that you had given to your life insurance provider, and also check that according to the contract, is the information captured correctly. Now, when it comes to life insurance, I think that there are a number of clauses in relation to your life insurance contract that are important. One such clause is a clause that relates to payment, specifically because with certain life insurance policies, should you not keep up payment, your life insurance policy and the benefits there too will lapse. So I think it's quite important for you to familiarize yourself or to be aware of what happens when you don't keep up with payments. I know in some instances if you don't pay your life insurance policy, or you keep up with the payment, because your obligation as a consumer is to ensure that your premiums are paid up, your policy might lapse automatically. In some instances also, should you not keep up with payment, your life insurance provider, for instance, may give you a 30-day period or a 60-day period within which you are then required or obligated to ensure that you keep up with your month-to-month payment, together with whatever payment you have missed. In some instances, the terms and conditions may also enable you or allow you to skip payments. That is, provided that your life insurance provider actually accepts or grants you consent to skip a payment. So it's actually possible, depending on what the terms and conditions of your particular life insurance agreement provide, for you to be allowed to skip payment, on the condition, of course, that your life insurance provider gives you consent for you to skip payment at a particular month or a certain time period. Now, another important clause in relation to life insurance is a clause that relates to the POPI Act. So the POPI Act, some instances also referred to as POPIA, is the one of the pieces of legislation or laws in South Africa that we have that have the intention or the objective of protecting the disclosure of your personal information. So one of the objectives of the POPI Act is to prevent parties from disclosing your personal information without consent. Now, you would find that in your life insurance contract, you may have given your life insurance provider consent or permission to verify some of your information. So your life insurance provider may actually, at the time that a claim is made, verify information, for instance, with a hospital relating to your medical records or any medical conditions you may have. Your life insurance provider may also further be able to verify some information that you have, for instance, with your medical aid. So I think it's quite important that you are aware of the permission or the consent that you have given your life insurance provider access to. So it may be, for instance, like I mentioned, access to hospital records. It may be, for instance, access to your medical aid or information in relation to your medical aid. Now, another important clause, and perhaps the last for our conversation today, a clause rather, in relation to life insurance contracts, is a clause that relates to disputes. Now, there are various ways that you may be permitted or have as a means to resolve a dispute with your life insurance. Now, first way could be, for instance, internally with your life insurance provider. So if you lodge a claim and they reject the claim, your contract may provide, for instance, that you have a 30-day period or a 60-day period within which you can lodge an appeal, or you request that they review the decision made, they being your life insurance provider. Another method within which you can have is obviously to approach an attorney, and in the alternative, you can approach an ombudsman. So with an attorney, the attorney might handle the matter on your behalf. They'll then liaise or communicate with your life insurance provider and have a way forward. Should they not be able to resolve the dispute, you'd find that you can go through the court route and compel, in some instances, your life insurance provider to make payment for a particular claim. Now, not everyone can afford the services of an attorney. In an instance where you aren't able to do so, you do have the option of referring a dispute that you have with your life insurance provider to an ombudsman. Now, an ombudsman is an independent party. You, as a consumer who has taken out life insurance, can resolve or have disputes with life insurance providers resolved through the ombudsman. There are various types of ombudsman for various types of insurances. The ombudsman that is relevant or applicable in relation to life insurance is the ombudsman for long-term insurance. So should you have a dispute with your life insurance provider, I think it's quite important that you just verify with the life insurance provider, or you can check the terms and conditions. Is there a limitation on the number of either days or months that you have to refer a dispute? I know it's very common clause that you may have a limitation on the number of days within which you can refer a dispute. So you would find you have a 3-month period or you have a 6-month period to refer a dispute to the ombudsman, and upon receipt of the dispute, the ombudsman will then hear the matter. They'll hear your version, have a look at the terms and conditions of your contract. You'll obviously file a complaint and set out the nature of the complaint that you have. Your life insurance provider will then also be furnished an opportunity to submit information, and the ombudsman will give a ruling. So what I think is important in relation to disputes is that you just verify if there are any limitations according to the terms and conditions of your particular contract. If you, for instance, you have a limited number of days to refer a dispute to an ombudsman, or you have a limited number of days to refer a dispute internally to your life insurance provider. I hope you enjoyed our episode today, and thank you again for watching.